Good evening, Gavin.
Good evening, TC, and welcome all to our weekly podcast, Terry Currans, the Curran View, with the Idle of Hillsborough, Mr. Terry Curran. Steady away, how are you?
Yeah, well, not too bad. A bit better.
Yeah.
Just getting over a bad cold.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, not too bad. Ready for Christmas.
It lingers like the snow, doesn't it, at this time of the year? Not that we've had any snow yet, but when we do have it, it does tend to linger because the temperatures are cold. But Magic Moments too, we didn't do a podcast last week. So from last week and this week, what have you sourced for us?
Well, I've gone for it's a Manchester City goal against Palace.
Yeah.
But there's two parts to the ball from Foden, and Jack's just, I keep telling you I love those place and pace finishes.
Yeah.
So I've gone for that. I haven't looked at the one week before because obviously I was really poor. I didn't see much football at all.
Yeah.
But I caught up a little bit this week on what's been going off. But other than that, no, that's the one I've gone for. But trying to pick one out, as you know, and you put some absolutely dingers up. It's incredible. But that's what I've gone for this week.
Yeah, there's so many fantastic moments. Did you watch Man City? They've just finished. They played in Saudi Arabia in the Club World Cup. Did you catch that game?
No, I came up to Janet's.
Yeah. I
cooked us a tea and then washed up and then came up here. I knew the game was on. I said I'll do the podcast up at your house tonight. So, and she doesn't have sports or anything like, she doesn't have Sky.
Yeah.
Well, she has Sky, but not for football.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
She's a rugby fan, but not like, she's not mad sports fan at all.
They won through to the final against Fluminense. They beat that Japanese team. I have been watching them for the last 90 minutes, and I still can't remember the name. That's how awful that they were, really, to be fair. For the first half, it was all men behind the ball. I don't think it's clever. I do think that if a referee should have the power, if a team makes no attempt to try and win a game, makes no attempt to pass the ball with players in a certain third of the pitch, I'd stop the game and I'd award a free kick to that other team. And then if it carried on, I'd just award the game. I know defending's an art. I get all of that. But if all you can do from 20 plus years of playing and practicing football is just sitting there and defend, you might as well go and find another sport.
They're only told to do what the coach tells them.
I get that.
Yeah, the problem is,
Gab,
if that were me, I'd think, I'd just say, look, I don't want to play in there. I don't want to play in this team.
Exactly.
Right? But 99.9% want to play.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me if I played at Halifax or I played at Everton.
Yeah.
I told them at Kendall, it didn't bother me one little bit.
No.
But you've got to understand that players want to play football.
Yeah.
And they will do any mortal thing to make sure they're in that team week in and week out.
Absolutely.
I can't watch it. I cannot. When what was the game other night? There's a game other night. I just turned it off. Yeah. Everybody was behind the ball.
Yeah.
What day are we on here? Tuesday, aren't we?
Tuesday's not, yeah. But this.
We were on not yesterday, day before, Sunday.
So, it was Man United and Liverpool.
Everybody behind the ball.
Yeah.
Everybody behind the ball.
And that's Man United. You think, how far have you dropped? And then I hear them on TalkSport and saying, oh, United aren't the team that they used to be. It's Man United.
You listen to them on
Manchester
TalkSport.
United. You're supposed... Oh, it does my head in.
I've stopped listening to it.
Does my head in too.
Because all you get is... they prefer the art of defending than the art of attacking.
Yeah, and then what
I don't listen to it.
No.
I used to love Simon Jordan.
Yeah.
I still like him. I still think he's an intelligent guy. I think majority of things is an honest guy with.
Yeah.
But I listening to that, it's like listening to Wonky, what's been going off in the world. And it just drives me around the twist. But that's me. It's not for everybody's different.
Absolutely. And again, what I hear, what really annoys me, it's a results business. And I'm like, no, it's an entertainment business. You want people to pay money to watch a game of football. You bore the backside off me. I don't watch you. Simple as that. And the problem is, majority of football fans are brain dead in terms of,
No,
brainwashed.
I
In
won't say that. What I will say, listen, I get where you're coming from.
They are brainwashed too, because as long
They're
as the
frightened
team
to
wins,
death. They're frightened to death, Gabby.
yeah,
COVID was a prime example.
mm,
They convince them
yeah,
that football, if you all go out to attack, that's not the way to play
no,
football.
absolutely,
If you go to a
I know,
theatre
yeah,
and nobody spoke, you won't go and watch that play again,
exactly,
or go to a cinema. You watch that film.
I know, I know,
I get what you're saying. They do get brainwashed.
yeah, they
It's
absolutely are,
fear.
yeah,
The feel.
mm,
They fear.
yeah, they do. They do, but
You know.
for my team, and I'll go on to magic moments of my magic moments. One of them last night, actually, against Birmingham City.
Yeah,
Um,
great. Well, go on.
and it was Mavida, because I picked him out last week for his goal against Plymouth. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I've watched that kid a few times, and if Leicester are on, I'll watch it for Mavida, because I think he's a brilliant player, and that's what I like. Now, in Birmingham, they could have looked at Leicester and thought, you know what, Leicester are a better team than us. We'll sit back and we'll defend. Birmingham were unlucky in the first few minutes. They hit the post. I think they hit the bar. The goalie made a good save. In fact, Birmingham hit the post from a corner. Within 10 seconds, Mavidi was sitting on the wall of the Tilton Road, goading the Birmingham City supporters. But,
Well, I look at that game. I watch that game.
yeah,
I've an interest in how Rooney does.
yes,
Yes, it was poor defending.
yes,
Yes, it was poor defending,
mm,
and I get it.
mm,
But I can never understand when you get corners why you don't leave three back.
no,
There's enough of you in there to cause enough problems.
yeah,
They fit the post.
yeah,
They fit the post. It's come out like I don't know what. And one ball kills two players.
yep,
But the other thing about that, either they're very slow or the other kid's very quick.
yeah, a bit of both.
And yeah,
Mm.
I'll go along with that.
Mm,
And they scored two goals like that last night, did Leicester.
yep,
Yes, they were a better team,
yep,
right? I can see how they wanted to do it. And I
mm,
know it frustrates you and it frustrates a lot of people. But the art of it is that they can't. They're not good enough to play out from the back,
no, they're not. No,
right? Not them all. There's some of them is.
yeah,
There's some of them are. But it's just so poor.
Yeah.
Right? Can you remember when I told you about Jack Grealish?
Yeah.
Years ago, I said, you look at players what are so composed on the ball under pressure.
Yep.
And you looked at Birmingham last night. I like the way how they're trying to play.
Yeah.
I don't like it because it's too slow. That's another reason why they fail.
Yep.
You know, you see, what you're going to try and do, you're going to move the ball going forward as if you more often than not, right? But you got to play with the tempo, or pace, whatever you want to call
100%.
it, right?
Yeah.
And keep pulling people back, and then have you got that player in there what can take that risk?
Yeah.
But when he takes that risk, he's got the quality to take that risk.
Yeah.
Right now, there were two bad goals in that. In what Birmingham conceded, but he has to get it right. Else, football, you're going to get the sack.
Yeah,
you're going to get the sack.
Mm.
But I mean, yes, he was the guy before. Yes, he was there. Do I think he deserved to be sacked? No, I don't.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean that they couldn't be in that position what they are now under him if he'd have stayed there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because you and everybody else told me about Beale, and I said to you, he's not good enough, this kid.
No.
When he was at QPR, they were telling me, when he was at Villa, Gerrard, it was this kid what we're doing it all. And I said to him, they're offering him job at Wolves. I said, he's not good enough.
No.
I told you when he went to Rangers, he weren't good enough.
I'm amazed Sunderland have had him.
Sunderland job.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I don't.
I get it. Look, I get everybody's point of view, me, because it's opinions.
Yes.
It's opinions. But I'm like you in 98.9%. of wanting to play football, entertain,
Yeah,
but having a team what can defend.
absolutely. Too.
What's the point in buying defenders what can't defend?
Well,
Of
again,
course they want help.
yeah,
Everybody wants help. The
yeah,
midfield needs help. The strikers need help. That's what about a balance of a team is about.
yeah. And that team is
Getting
very
the
balanced.
balance together,
Yeah, yeah,
what can help each other?
absolutely.
Not having everybody behind defending.
Yeah, exactly.
Do me a favour.
But again, I watched the game on the red button the other week against Cardiff. I give it 43 minutes. I turned it off because I'd rather watch my tap drip. It was awful. Now, last night, Birmingham got beat. I mean, Birmingham beat Cardiff, but I'm not going to watch that rubbish. Birmingham got beat last night. At least they were having a go. At least you could see something that they were trying to do. And it was a decent game of football. So I watched
Yes.
it. Birmingham got beat, but I still watched the whole game and I was relatively entertained.
What
Birmingham
did I
won
say
1
to
0.
you?
I turned it off.
Give him chance. I know
Yeah,
it. I know it still looks bad,
yeah,
especially if you're a Birmingham fan or whatever fan you are of your team,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and you concede goals like that. It looked shocking. It did,
yeah,
but they are goals what are preventable.
absolutely. Absolutely. And
And a
again,
good manager will eventually eradicate all the mistakes.
yeah, and
And more
eventually.
often than not,
Eventually, he needs to change that midfield as well, because I've been saying it for years. Birmingham's midfield's awful. Although I did look at Jordan James, and I thought his goal was superb, and there was bits of his play that I liked. So I think that Rooney's got maybe 4, 5 players maximum that he would, if it was me, that I would like to have in the first team. The rest of them, I'd get rid of. They're just not good enough. And I
no.
think, given January when the window opens, I don't think Birmingham are going to go and do much. There might be a few sales. I don't think there's going to be much coming in, but I think he'd have had 12 months to have looked at, to assessed, to see what he wants. I'm thinking in the summer, Birmingham will probably go and
I
back Wayne
think
Rooney, and they'll do all right next year.
I think they'll bring a defender in January sales,
Possibly, yeah.
and I think they'll bring a midfield player in.
But I think what they've got to do, too,
But what
they've
they
got to
haven't got
buy
to do,
better players, ain't they?
yeah,
Than,
what they haven't got to do is panic.
absolutely.
They've got to go for the one what they intended to have,
Yes,
not
100%.
second,
No,
third, or fourth,
no.
just to appease people.
Yeah, don't put a plaster on the cut. Let's have a look. Let's sort it out. Let's have a plan of action. Let's have a direction, a dynamic. Well, I can never say that. Be dynamic, and let's be braver than what we've been for the last God knows how many
If you
years.
can't get the player
Don't buy.
that you want,
Don't
don't
buy.
get the second best.
Absolutely, T.
Because there's
Absolutely.
only one way to play football. That's
Yeah.
plan A.
Yeah.
You can have all your plan Bs
Yep.
as much as you want. Because the great teams that win trophies only have plan A.
Yeah.
They may change it in the last minute
Yeah.
if they're losing 1-0 or 2-1
Yep.
to do something else.
Mm.
But in general, they will stick to plan A.
Yeah. And they will buy players that fit in to plan A.
Yeah.
Guardiola, okay, a different case scenario, but Guardiola only buys a certain type of player. Sean
Exactly.
Dyche buys a certain type of player, and you put them
By the
players
way,
in.
I've been a big critic of him.
Yes, same here.
I've got to give him credit because they're playing some decent football.
Yeah, absolutely. And good luck to Dyche. Good luck to Everton. But I will say that he will always play a certain way with certain players. And I think that, if you gave him that Arsenal team or that Manchester City team, I'm not convinced that he would still get
Well,
the tunes out of it. But, you never know.
That's what I would disagree with you. I think if he had that type of player,
Do you think
and
so?
I'll tell you the reason why, Gabby.
Yeah.
That type of player will force it on you.
Yeah.
They will force it on you to play. We've got to play this way.
Mm.
What I would do say about when you've got that type of player to be able to play that way,
Yeah.
I think majority of them would. Just to get the odd one, what wouldn't? I get that.
Yeah.
But majority of them would.
Mm.
Majority. The problem is, could they handle the big name players? And I've always told you that.
Yeah.
Steve Cooper's a great manager.
Mm.
And he'll get promotions and he'll play attractive football. He'll be up and down like Warnock was in that championship team, taking teams up.
Yeah.
Because, he's gone to Forest and they've dictated to him
Yeah.
who comes and who doesn't come.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you look again this year, they brought a load of more players in.
Exactly.
Why?
Yeah. I don't know.
Why?
Don't know. It's crazy, and it's clear that the recruitment hasn't been Steve Cooper's recruits. Players have been recruited for him, not by him.
Yes.
And he gets a sack now. Looks though Nunes is going to, or Nuno, whatever Espirito Santos is coming in, the old Wolves Tottenham manager. But if I was Crystal Palace, I would go and get Stevie Cooper and get Crystal Palace going. Because I do like Cooper. I think he's a great manager. And as you say, T, there's some clubs that have got egos, some players that you bring in got egos. Whether a team like Crystal Palace, he could work with decent players, but not the top echelons of these Champagne Charlie type of players.
The problem they have,
yeah,
Coopers of this world, is if he takes over Crystal Palace, be honest.
Yeah.
Can Palace win FA Cup?
No. Well, no. Yeah, they can. Yeah, Palace could. Palace could win the cup.
I thought you were right at first.
No, I think Palace could win the FA Cup.
Impossible.
How?
Because it's not good enough. The only way they to do is to get the right draw and have that luck.
Which they could do.
The team's not good enough. You look at the top teams what win the FA Cup.
Oh yeah.
They're still the top teams, and half the time they don't play the best players.
Generally speaking, but again, I go back. Right? They could. Now, they probably won't.
Could Crystal Palace win the Premier League?
100% no.
Right?
100% no.
Could Crystal Palace get in the top 4?
No, not a chance.
Well,
no.
So why do the fans expect?
Yeah.
If they're middle of the table, and maybe they're not middle of the table, but middle of the table.
Yeah.
Why do the fans expect? Well, come on now, let's kick on. They haven't got the money.
No, they haven't. No. I mean, Palace.
Enjoy. What they should do is have a good team.
Yeah.
Or play attractive football and can defend.
Correct.
And stay in the Premier League. And if they get that decent quality in, what could win them a League Cup or an FA Cup?
Absolutely.
Try and win it. Try and win it.
Yep, absolutely.
Now, other than that, there's not only just Crystal Palace, right?
Yeah.
What is it, that Premier League? 20 teams?
20, yeah.
Right? So there's 14 of them cannot win that league.
No,
well,
no
chance. You could turn around and say, really? There's 16 can't win it. 16.
Yeah. I mean, really and truthfully, the only teams... I mean, Villa are making a fist of it. I don't think that they'll win it. Tottenham could make a fist of it. I don't think they'll win it. I wouldn't look any further, really, than Manchester City or Arsenal. And
Newcastle's gone 1-0.
I'm just going to say to you, T, it is the worst bit of defending I've ever seen in my life. I mean, when people say Keystone Cops defending, oh my days, you would not believe the defending there. You thought Birmingham was as bad last night, for God's sake.
I expected him.
Yeah.
But Tammy Jordan might be right about him. Not good enough.
Yeah.
Pochettino.
Maybe. Again, maybe.
But you see, Forest, buying all them players, is a different kettle of fish to fucking Chelsea. Because looking at them, they don't look great players, what the money they're paying for.
Nah.
But the great players with the other teams, what they're coming from. And for some unknown reason, coming to Chelsea, they just look ordinary players.
I just think there's too many.
I mean, why would you want 50 or 60 professional players? Tell me.
Lord knows. I mean, 50 or 60, that's probably 25, 30 too many. It's ridiculous.
It's giving you lots of problems.
It's giving you a headache straight away.
Trying to please everybody.
Yeah, you've got 11 shirts plus a few subs. I mean, you've got to pick 11. So if you've got 6 subs now and you're changing half your team,
they've got some of the best young kids in the country. What's never going to get a team?
Exactly, yeah. But when they had the 6 was it 5 substitutes you can use these days, we'd said on the podcast 2 of them should be homegrown players. So you've got your 3, you want to have an extra 2, but they must have come through your academy. But football ain't going to do that because football's not interested. They keep telling, or you keep hearing about this pathway for young kids. There is no pathway in the Premier League. There could be, but there is never going to be because it's all about money. But going back to Mavidi, what did you think of his goal celebrations when he sat on the wall there at the Tilton?
See, I don't mind it, but the problem is, know what I do. It's going to antagonise the fans.
Without a doubt, yeah.
It's going to cause trouble, and I like to see any celebration, right? Because they'll be giving him some stick. But you have to be careful. That's why I wouldn't sing Wednesday win, United lose on that record, singing the blues.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? But I don't know. You're not allowed to do anything anymore.
I mean, I haven't got a problem if a club supporters are giving a player dog's abuse and he scores. I've got no problem putting the finger up to the lips or cupping the ears or just showing them your name and turning your back on them. Absolutely not a problem with that. But I think running into the opposition supporters, the main end, and sitting on a frigging wall and with his arms and then. I mean, Harry Winks come over and he put his hand up almost to apologise to the Blue supporters. Now, I'm going to be a little bit hypocritical here because when Ollie Watkins done it, I thought he was absolutely spot on because he was getting dogs abuse from a Brentford fan. I remember going back, Robert Hopkins scored a goal for West Brom against Birmingham and Blues fans were saying, why did you celebrate that goal against us? I thought you were a Blue-nosed. And Hoppy said, a fan spat at me. And it was against him. One against you lot, it was against him. And that's exactly what Ollie said. It was against that person.
The thing is, Gabby, when you were playing for 18, whether it be, I'm playing for Doncaster Rovers.
Yeah.
I'm playing against Doncaster Rovers. And now I'm playing for Forest. And Doncaster gave me my first break in football.
Mm-hmm.
And you scored a goal, your brain triggers off.
Yeah.
The excitement of it. Right? The only reason why people stop doing that is because they're saying, oh, well, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah. Years
ago, people celebrated goals.
Yeah.
Right? But they tried to stop the what's the word I'm looking for? Celebration.
Yeah.
The excitement of a celebration.
The elation.
They tried to stop it. They tried to stop it. And, anything to do with scoring goals, right? The offside now, the draw lines, which confuse me near my know.
Absolutely.
So they're doing the utmost best to stop celebrations and to stop goals.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, to be fair, it's down to the player. If the player wants to celebrate. I haven't got a problem. But I just think sitting on a wall,
I tell you what, Gab,
like that, I thought he was taking the piss.
You will get the odd one. Gavin Lynn went through football and didn't get booked. You will get. You will. No. You will get that one.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, playing in front of 25,000 people.
Yeah.
Score a goal.
Exactly, and that's
people say to me, "What's it?" I can't explain.
Exactly.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Score a goal in front of 25,000 people.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
And this is the thing. I've never done that. I'm never likely to. And I can't.
If you're playing, or whether you play for Birmingham, Leicester, Liverpool, Man United, you score that goal, what's the first thing you hear?
Well, you're doing a roar,
The fans.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that role then takes you on another
Yeah.
journey.
Yeah. No, absolutely, T. I mean, I will never understand what it's like to score a goal in a professional stadium, and again, going back, I think a player can celebrate exactly how he likes, but I just think going into the away support, well, your opposition support like that, I just thought it was asking for trouble, and I think it was a good job there weren't many down the front because he might not have got out to the Tilton Road
I
end.
get it, but it's a shame that we've got to do that
Yeah.
because really, you go to watch your team win.
100%, 100%.
But you go to see goals and see players, and you think, what a play he is, or what a goal that was, or
yeah,
that what a poxy goal that was.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. I mean, do you remember the West Ham Millwall player? It was it was a League Cup game a few years ago. Got an idea that the boy played for West Ham and he moved for Mill. I know that there was a connection, and he
No.
scored a goal and he went into. I think he played for West Ham and he went into the Millwall supporters, and they took the players off because it was gonna. He almost incited a riot. Well,
Yep.
fuck me, when he come back on, he done the same thing again. And you just think, oh my God.
I've not seen it, but I haven't done.
Yeah, but
Silly things on a football pitch. I
yeah,
have, right? But the worst I've ever saw when he won't play for Arsenal, and when he went to Manchester City,
yeah,
and he ran full length at pitch
yep.
to celebrate against the Arsenal fans. I thought, Jesus, what would he call? Adebayo?
Yeah, it was Adebayor, wasn't it? Emmanuel Adebayor. He was on Talk Sport and he did say exactly why he'd done that. And for the life of me, I can't remember. But I thought, well, fair play to you, mate. But again, sometimes when you leave a club, the abuse that you get from the club, you can understand when you score
I'll
against
guarantee you,
that club, how you even more
I'll,
psyched up.
I'll guarantee you this: 99.9%
Yeah.
players when they do that, it's into the fans.
No,
It's
to the
it's,
club, innit?
it's the manager.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
the player thinking the manager treated me like a piece of shit.
Yeah,
He left, he won't pick me, or kept fetching me and leaving me out. I'll guarantee you,
yeah,
because I've been the player now. I know how players talk.
yeah.
You know,
Absolutely, T. And Villa now 25 top flight wins in a calendar year. Well done to Villa. Book Corner Association with myfootballbooks.com. Happy birthday. It'll be happy 75th birthday to Stan Bowles on Christmas Eve. The autobiography with Ralph Allen and John Iona. Fantastic read. Picture there with Billy Ashcroft at a corner with Don Shanks, Stan Bowles, and they're reading the Borough programme. It's typical of what them boys used to do in a game, but it is a fantastic read, a great read of Stanley's life and what a colourful life he's led. And 75 on Christmas Eve, Stan will be.
well, happy birthday, Stanley.
Absolutely. And while we're just talking about Stan, Legends Lounge, Stan Bowles, 24th of December 1948. Stanley Bowles, born in Collyhurst in Manchester, 67 to 17, Man City, 17 league games he played, 2 goals he scored. Moved to Bury in 1970, didn't score, played 5 games. Went to Crewe in 1970-71, played 51 games in the league, scoring 18 goals. Then moved to Carlisle, 71 to 72. So from Crewe to Carlisle, 33-12. And then the big move, QPR, 72 to 79. 255 league games for QPR, the Super Hoops, scoring 70 goals. Moved to Forest after QPR, played 19 games, scoring twice. I think I'm right in saying he didn't turn up for the European Cup final, did he? Stan, I
No,
think he'd had an argument with Brian. Moved to Orient, 80-81, scoring 7 in 46. And his final club before retirement was Brentford, 73, 16 goals from 81 to 83. Played unbelievably only 5 times for England, scoring once. The great Stan Bowles, never to be forgotten.
No. I mean, you talk about touch.
Yeah.
And if Stan would have played in a Barcelona team, all these great teams, I mean, that QPR were a good team, but
Yeah,
we're
they were.
talking about great teams. I mean, he was a great player, but can you imagine him being able to play and do all these tricks and what he was doing in a world-class team?
And to listen to the rest of this podcast, head on over to www.patreon.com/SRBmedia. Thank you.